So are you moving to Atlanta and you're looking for an area that's just outside of the city, you just don't want to live in the city? Well, one popular suburb I want to tell you about is the city of Dunwoody, and that's where I'm at today. I'm actually in the parking lot of the mall. So I'm going to show you around this neighborhood. We're going to show you what there is to do around here. Maybe we can go take a jog, show you some neighborhoods and give you some home examples. So stay tuned. We're going to have some fun today. Let's talk all about living in Dunwoody right now. Hey everyone, it's Molly and welcome to my channel. If you are wanting to know everything there is to know about living in the Atlanta area, well, you have come to the right place. If you are new or returning and you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and hit that bell if you want to be one of the first to be notified when I post another video about the Atlanta area. I love helping you guys out, so whether you are moving tomorrow or next year and you need some help with your home search and are ready to purchase a home, well, hit me up. I can help you out. Would love to have a conversation with you because I really just want to help you find a neighborhood that fits your lifestyle and your budget. So any questions you have, shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email, or put any of those comments down below in the comments box. So here I am in Dunwoody. Now, if you've been watching my channel for any time now, you probably have guessed that I'm a city girl. I live in the city, but I know there's some people that don't want to live in the city, but they want to live just like right next to it where they can easily access it too. And if you're one of those people, well, then that's why I'm making these videos. Of course, as I'm videotaping it, there is like a leaf blower guy going through, so it may be a little bit noisy while I'm talking here, so just bear with me. But yeah, so I am in Dunwoody, and I'm going to start kind of here on the southwest area of Dunwoody. Let me put up a map and just show you where Dunwoody is, and you're going to see it is just conveniently located right north of I-285 and east of Highway 400. So it's very easy to get around to different areas of the city from Dunwoody. And if you're looking for drive times, you know, getting to the airport, that's going to be around a 30 to 40 minute commute. Midtown, downtown, maybe 25 to 30 minutes. Buckhead, about 18 minutes. One thing I do love about the Dunwoody area is that you are also kind of in a good sweet spot to get to a bunch of other suburbs, including like Alpharetta, the Avalon Shopping Center. A lot of people talk about that. It's about an 18-minute drive. Roswell, you can get over there to the cute little historic downtown area. That's a 16 minutes. Peachtree Corners, that's a 15 minutes. So of course Sandy Springs is right next door, and that's anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes just depending on where you are. So that's the great thing. Dunwoody is just kind of like this sweet spot of getting to all these other areas of town with not a commute more than basically 30 minutes. But if you are commuting into the city and you don't want to deal with traffic, because traffic times can, oh my gosh. Hello, ducks. I thought I heard a duck noise, and I'm like, oh, yep, there you go. There's some ducks to wish me good morning. So where was I at? Oh yeah, so if you are commuting into the city for work, you know, one option you do have, which you can see the line behind me, is there is a MARTA line that comes to the Dunwoody area, and then it connects into Sandy Springs, and that's kind of where the line stops. So you could ride the MARTA station into Midtown, downtown, and if your office is conveniently located within walking distance to one of the stations, well, that is one option. And I will say, commuting into and out, you know, into the city during peak times can be pretty awful, and even driving around 285 can be pretty awful at, you know, 4 o'clock. I try to stay away from 285 because it just gets backed up. And right now, currently, they're doing this big, huge project at the 400 285 interchange, and it is just, the traffic around there is a bear, so I'm avoiding it at all costs. So yeah, if you have the option to commute, definitely do it. Let's get started. As I said, I am in the parking lot of the mall. It's called the Perimeter Mall, and there's not only the mall, but there's also tons and tons of all your big box stores like a Super Target. There's a Bed Bath & Beyond, there's a home goods store, there's a Costco, which I may be hitting up later after I'm done filming all of this. But yeah, the mall's, you know, it's pretty basic. It does have a Nordstrom's, which is pretty good, but it's gonna have your basic typical mall stores, and then yeah, just everywhere. You can basically, anything you're looking for, you can generally find it here around this perimeter area. This is like their big commercial district. So yeah, I'll show you a couple of shops around here so you get a quick feel about that. I hear the MARTA line coming. You're going to see it here pop through in just a second. There it is. There it is. Yeah, so yeah, this is the mall. It looks pretty empty right now, but I am getting an early start on my filming this morning, so there's not a lot of people here yet in the morning. And yeah, so let's go check out a couple shops just so you can get an idea of what this area is like, and let's go take a quick look at some shops. So I'm in this little new area right next to Target where they are creating more of kind of a community area with restaurants, a green space, so you can just kind of hang out. That is one thing Dunwoody really hasn't had, is just kind of like a common hangout spot, and a lot of these other more newer suburbs have created a space like that. So Dunwoody is kind of catching up. There's a lot of shops still not open yet because this is still very, very new. So we've got a Hobnob, a Taco Mac, I see a Jenny's Ice Cream. I think they're opening up a Suburbs here, if I remember right, which is one of my favorite Tex-Mex restaurants here in the Atlanta area. So this is a much needed space for the Dunwoody area. I will say it's not by any of the residential areas. So if you're gonna have to hop in your car and drive and park here, you're not gonna be able to walk to it. But it's a nice area. So I'm excited to see this when it's in its full capacity and everything's open. It'll be a really nice spot. There's certainly a lot of shops that I did not cover, but just know the southwest area of Dunwoody is where all of the shopping is. So if you need anything, this is where you need to go. And it's also going to be where all of the businesses are. So there are quite a few companies that have their offices here at the perimeter area, and you can see a couple of the buildings right here behind me. What's not, you can see a little bit over my shoulder, there are some cranes, so that just shows you they're developing more and building some more office type of buildings here in the area. And also not shown, but is kind of a staple for this area, is the King and Queen Towers, which has a lot of office buildings in it. It's technically on the Sandy Springs side, but yeah, I just had to mention that one because that's like a staple landmark here. Okay, so now I cut across town, and if you can't tell, it's fall time with the beautiful fall foliage, but I'm in Brook Run Park now. This is kind of across town, but this is kind of like Dunwoody's premier park. It's a beautiful park, has tons of stuff to do, and there's always things going on here. I'm going to show you a quick spin around, but it's got a dog park, soccer fields. It has tons of playground equipment, a walking trail. So let's go take a look. Super nice park, right? It goes on and on. Like, I can't even do it justice on video, but hopefully you got a little glimpse and idea of what this park is about. And people that live near this park, I mean, they must love it because they can walk here, enjoy all the amenities of this park. It doesn't have a pool, if you were wondering, but it has pretty much everything else you could want. And they do a lot of festivals here. In fact, one thing that happens in Dunwoody every gosh, is it April? I think it's April. They do a festival called Lemonade Days. It's over 4 or 5 days, and it's here in this park, and they have carnival rides. Like, I took my kids to it, and there were some bigger kid rides. Like, my kids are toddlers, so they skipped some of those, but I mean, it's a legit carnival. It's really good. And you know, they have that amphitheater, so they'll do concerts in the park throughout the summertime. And you know, talking about other things that happen in the Dunwoody area in terms of events, there's always events going on here. I'd say the neighborhood's very active and kind of a tight-knit group. They enjoy getting together and doing things. They have a Dunwoody Arts Festival. They have one of the biggest 4th of July parades in the state of Georgia right here in Dunwoody. And yeah, there's always something going on. You can see why people want to live around here, because they can easily walk to it. And right now you can see I'm walking on this trail. This is called the Dunwoody Trailway, and it goes around the park, but it also leaves the park and connects to 2 other parks in the area. So all said, if you did the whole thing and all of its zigzags, it's about a 3-mile path. So if you like to jog, walk, ride a bike, this could be a great spot. I think this is, to my knowledge, the only kind of like dedicated walking path around here. Otherwise, you're just going to be running on, you know, neighborhood streets and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's a very pretty trail, and I'm enjoying walking on it myself. Other things that people love about Dunwoody is that the school system is pretty good. Of course, always check online or ask your friends or ask me to connect you with a family that has their kids to these schools to see if they are a good fit for you. But the online rankings for the schools in this neighborhood are really good. So there's actually several elementary schools, and then they all feed into the middle school and then the high school. So elementary schools are Austin, Vanderland, Chestnut, Dunwoody, Kingsley, and they all feed into the Peachtree Middle School and the Dunwoody High School. So there you go. That's, you know, one thing that people do really like about living here. And I would say the average age is about 40 in the Dunwoody area. So you're going to have a lot of, you know, younger professionals, young families that live here. In fact, you know, it's funny because when I moved here and I would ask people where they're from, and if I actually met a true Atlantan and I'm like, oh my gosh, you grew up here, where did you live? The answers I always got were either Dunwoody or Marietta. So I guess people really do like it here in the Dunwoody area. And you do just get a good vibe and feeling when you're driving through this neighborhood and this city. It's just, you know, it's a little older. It was built in developed in the 1960s, 1970s. So you're going to find a lot of 1960, 1970 style homes, but you're going to get very mature trees. I mean, just look at the trees around here. Did you know that Ryan Seacrest is from Dunwoody? Yeah. And if you don't know who Ryan Seacrest is, then you're living under a rock. So if you're curious about what a typical neighborhood looks like, especially I'm just across the street from the Brook Run Park, you can see right here. So this is what you're gonna get. This is like a typical Dunwoody home right here, a 4-square brick home, very traditional. And there's just going to be streets lined with those. Ranch style homes are very popular as well. You're going to get these huge trees all around me, as you can see, but very quiet streets. And so yeah, if you're looking for a neighborhood that's close to the Brook Run Park, this is one of them right here. So another beautiful home. Here's a split level home right behind me here. And yeah, if you're wondering what the median sales price in the Dunwoody area is, that is around $665,000. There are condos and townhomes here. There's condos, you know, there's a sprinkle of them, and the average price for a condo is $324,000. A lot of them are not too far from the Brook Run Park as well, so that's kind of a great amenity for you if you're living in a condo and you want to get out and stretch your legs, maybe have a dog, you can take them over to Brook Run Park. Townhomes, they're around the $560K range, and you know, I said the median sales price is $665,000 in the Dunwoody area, but don't be fooled. There are homes that go up to, I think I saw like 1.5 was the highest sale in their recent 6 months. Now there's a couple of new construction homes that are trying to get like 1.6, 1.7. But yeah, this is, you know, this just brings me back to like nostalgia, like when I was growing up as a kid. It's warm and comforting, and like I said, the streets are nice and wide. So just a beautiful neighborhood. Another look at some homes. And if you see some Halloween decorations, that's because it is about Halloween time. So in terms of walkability, now most of Dunwoody, you're going to be driving a car. Nothing's very, very close, so you're definitely going to need a car to get around, especially, you know, if you're wherever you're working, especially if it's not in Dunwoody, you're going to most likely need a car to get on that highway and get out and about. There is a Dunwoody Village that I'll take you to next, which is kind of like the community square. It's kind of just original, kind of older, but you know, unless you live right there, you're going to be driving to it, but I will show you that next. Okay, so I'm in Dunwoody Village. This is just off of Chamblee-Dunwoody Road. This is kind of like the heart of Dunwoody. It's not like the most updated and new shopping area, but it does have a lot of things like restaurants, little boutique shops. There's a Walgreens, a fresh market. There is a CrossFit gym. They were blasting the music as I walked by. I kind of wanted to join in. But yeah, if you're living around here, you could walk to it. It will just be kind of busy because you get this Chamblee, you can see the traffic going by here. It goes by pretty fast. I think doesn't look like it now, but trust me, the traffic goes by pretty quick. So I'll give you a little tour of this area, but there's a little secret place here I wanted to mention. I have a buddy of mine who lives in this area, and he claims this NFA burger, which is in a Chevron gas station, is the best burger in Atlanta. So if you're in the Dunwoody area, look up NFA burger. Give it a try, let me know. And if you have tried it, put it down in the comments and let everyone else know that's watching if you like NFA burger, and is it the best burger in Atlanta? I wanted to show you an example of one of the many swim and tennis community centers. I'm in what's called the Branches, and you can see the pool is right behind me. Obviously it is closed up for the season, which is, it's kind of looking sad right now, but in the summertime it's great. And then right over here you have some tennis courts. I bet those get used as much as they can until the weather turns really cold. But yeah, people in Atlanta take their tennis really seriously around here. So if you're a tennis player, you know, don't worry, most of these neighborhoods have some kind of swim and tennis membership. Now, for example, the cost of this one is a $3,000 initiation fee, and then it's $600 yearly after that. The initiation fee can vary depending on which swim and tennis club that you're going to be joining. And a lot of these are restricted to certain boundaries. Some are just, you have to be a citizen of Dunwoody. Others are certain boundaries. So you just kind of have to look those up. But yeah, if you're wanting to be a member of a certain swim and tennis community, there's definitely several in this Dunwoody area. I couldn't name them all. I wouldn't have time to do that, but just wanted to give you a little sample. As I'm walking to my car, on another note, if you are a golfer, well, the very northeastern edge of Dunwoody rubs right along the Dunwoody Country Club. Now that is a private golf club, and you have to have someone sponsor you to get in. It's I don't know what the cost is, but if you're looking for a golfing opportunity, that would be one. Of course, you got to know somebody. All right, I'm going to start walking and showing you some samples of what you're going to find in some of the neighborhoods in the Dunwoody area. I mean, check out this ranch home. It's beautifully maintained. You're going to find, like I said, a lot of nice ranch homes. You can find some mid-century moderns here. Of course, there's going to be some newer builds built in as well, but a lot of people have renovated their homes really nicely, so they may look older on the outside, but on the interior, they're going to be really nicely done. You know, a lot of the traditional homes are very cut up, and some people have blown out walls, opened it up to be more of the modern layout that everyone likes. I don't know, do you like the modern layout of like the open kitchen living room concept, or do you like things closed off? Let me know in the comments. I'm kind of, I don't know, I have an open layout, but sometimes I kind of want to be away from my family when I'm cooking in the kitchen. Anyway, so one thing I noticed while driving around Dunwoody is that, you know, Dunwoody has a ton of cut through or main thoroughfare streets, but they're all one lane. So they get congested and backed up, especially I can imagine during the peak hours of, you know, rush hour traffic. You're just gonna have a little patience when you're driving around in the Dunwoody area because those traffic lights can be kind of a beast to get through. So, okay, first home example is coming up here right behind me. It's kind of a traditional home. This is gonna be on the cheaper price point for today. This is a home that was $580,000. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, just over 2,300 square feet. It was built in 1969, and it has a galley kitchen. It has hardwood floors throughout. The primary bedroom or bathroom has been updated, but otherwise I'd say it's kind of basic finishes inside. It's been modernized in some regards, probably early 2000s, but you know, by today's standards it might look a little dated, but you can see how it has a really nice lot. And yeah, I would say on average, most lots here in the Dunwoody area, you're gonna get about 0.4 acres. You might get even more. I've seen some that are 0.7, you know, there's gonna be some that go over an acre as well. I can hear some kids yelling. There's another school around here. Another thing I'll point about the busy roads. So because there are so many busy roads, Dunwoody has still built homes all along these busy roads. So if you do not like living on a busy road, that's something to notice when you're out looking around at homes. And that's why you reach out to me, okay? So, you know, if you tell me you don't like to live on a busy road, I'll let you know about that. So that's why you gotta shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. I'll be looking out for this kind of stuff that you're not gonna be able to maybe know and figure out online. But let's keep going. Let's go to another home example next. Now I want to show you a home in the 800s, and you can see this is on a beautiful cul-de-sac. And the home here it's right behind me. It's a beautiful traditional home. It has been wonderfully updated. Now it's still choppy. It's got like the traditional layout where you enter in and you go left, there's a dining room, right there's probably like a little den area, and then you go back and to the left there's a kitchen, and then to the right there's the family room. But the kitchen has been beautifully updated with white shaker style cabinets, granite countertops. The vanity was probably the only thing in the primary bedroom that hasn't been updated, but everything else is really nicely done. But the amazing thing with this home is it has this basement that it's got a pool table and like a whole family room option. And I forgot to even mention all of the stats on this home. It's a 6-bedroom, 3.5 bath, just over 4,000 square feet. But beautiful neighborhood, very quiet and serene. It's very close to the Dunwoody Country Club. But there you go, there's a home in the 800K range. Guys, I almost forgot to mention grocery stores. Now, you know, in Dunwoody, you're gonna have a handful of grocery store options. They're kind of sprinkled out throughout the community. You got the Target, Kroger, Publix. There's a Lidl. I think I said Lidl in another video, but I pronounced it wrong. I always thought it was Little, but someone corrected me. It's Lidl. So there you go, I'm always learning. But you know, one thing to know, I've heard some chatter of some moms that have moved to the Atlanta area and they're out in the burbs for their husband's job, and they were like, yeah, I really want to move further in because they don't have a Trader Joe's out here and they don't have a Whole Foods, and I need my Trader Joe's. So, you know, one thing I will mention is in Dunwoody, there actually is not a Trader Joe's or a Whole Foods, but you can hop right over to Sandy Springs. It's not that far away, and you can get your Trader Joe's fix right there. Okay, I'm walking in this neighborhood. This was probably built in the late 80s, early 90s. It has a different feel. It's really well laid out, really nice. And that's one thing walking around in Dunwoody is that a lot of different neighborhoods, you know, some have a lot nicer lawns than others. It really just kind of depends, but overall, I mean, most of the neighborhoods are really nice. You can kind of tell which ones are definitely older and maybe the home values aren't as high as some others, but I want to show you a home example coming up. This one is right at $1 million, just to give you an idea of something in that price range. And it was built in 1989. It's a 6-bedroom, 3.5 bath, I believe, over 6,500 square feet. And it's a big one. It doesn't look like it from the exterior, but here it is right there. There's some kind of red car right in front of it. You know, it's kind of traditional in style, but it has a big vaulted living room, which is amazing. And it has a huge kitchen with custom cabinetry, granite countertops. It has a huge bedroom suite with a huge bathroom and like a separate jet tub. Remember in the 90s, early 2000s, everyone with those huge jet tubs? Yeah, did you have one of those? This one has it, but it has a huge basement too with a theater room, you know, pool table area, you know, the list goes on and on. So you will see, like, the lot size doesn't look that big. It's actually 0.4 acres. The backyard kind of does slope, and then there's a flat section in the back, but there you go. There's an example of $1 million home in the Dunwoody area. And you guys, the areas just go on and on. I wish I could just show you every neighborhood because there's just some beautiful neighborhoods, beautiful homes. But what I'm going to do is just drive around some different neighborhoods and give you a little snapshot of what you can find in Dunwoody. For my final stop, I wanted to end on a very peaceful and serene setting. So you may be wondering where I'm at. Well, I'm at the Dunwoody Nature Center. This is just north of the Dunwoody Village area. So this is free to roam around. There's a lot of little trails that you can wander off. There's some playground equipment. There's a little waterfall streaming right here behind me. They have a venue space that you can use to rent out for birthday parties or special occasions. They do summer camps here for the kids. They do night hikes. So they have a lot of stuff that happens here, and it's right by the beautiful Austin Elementary School. So I can actually hear some kids screaming right now because it's recess time for a group or two. But yeah, this is just a nice little setting. So another little park that you can visit if you are here living in the Dunwoody area. But you guys, that wraps it up for me of my tour of the Dunwoody area. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, whether you're moving tomorrow or next year, shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. I'm happy to help you out and make your move to the Atlanta area a little bit easier. I had a lot of fun and I enjoyed this beautiful fall day. I can't ask for anything better. You can see I shedded my sweater a while ago, but until next time, you guys, I'll see you around the neighborhood.